Hey, what's up? This is Rikki of Rikki Mae Yoga. Just wanted to come on here for a couple minutes and introduce myself, tell you a little bit about me and about how I got started in yoga. So I've been practicing yoga for about 13 years. When I was in my early 20s, a good friend of mine had gotten into yoga and they were doing yoga karma classes at a studio downtown. So she asked me if I wanted to go. It was a karma class, so the teacher was doing it of their own free will, not getting paid for it, but by donation, and in return the participants would donate a small amount of money and it would go to a local charity. So me and my friends started going to this every Sunday together, and my love for yoga grew from there. So over the last 13 years I have been practicing in the studio, mostly at one studio, Yoga and Beyond in Calgary. I've been there since the studio opened, I think 9 or 10 years ago. So I've been practicing yoga on and off. Sometimes I would go a lot, a couple times a week, and sometimes it would only be once per week. And in between all of this, I would go to the gym and, all sorts of life things happened, marriage, divorce, babies, all that kind of stuff, starting my other business, which is a photography business, Rikki Mae Photography. So in about 14 months ago, I was rear-ended. It was a pretty bad car accident and it left me with a terrible whiplash injury that affected my low back, my shoulders, my traps, my neck. During this time, I have been going to all different kinds of therapy, physiotherapy, massage therapy, chiropractor, acupuncture. I did it all, anything to try to get my body better. But what I also did in that time is I added in a home yoga practice. So I started practicing daily, or at least 5 times a week at home with my mat and myself, and just going through flows that I was creating on my own. Basically, I would just listen to what my body was telling me and what my body needed that day, and I would just move and just do the postures that I knew and kind of just let my body flow in a way that would allow me to open up and help with whatever I was feeling that day, whether it was muscle tension, pain, mood, sleep problems. No matter what it was that I was feeling, I always found that coming to my mat and practicing at home, letting my body flow and guide itself in whatever way needed, enhanced how I was feeling or helped how I was feeling or would get me through whatever I was feeling. So I decided to take yoga teacher training. And at first I started to take this training with just the idea of, I want to better my home practice. I want to be able to figure out how to practice at home the best way possible. I want to advance my practice. Actually, one thing that's really interesting that I have noticed practicing over this last 14 months consistently at home is that not only did it help with my injury symptoms and other emotional things that I was feeling, but it also, the lengthening and stretching and elongating that my body has done, the increased flexibility that I have gained over this past year has been phenomenal. So when I started yoga teacher training, like I said, I was going into it with just the thought that I was doing this for me and it was something personal. But once I started the training and once I was immersed in that space and in the learning and everything, I just felt something boiling inside of me, something that I just knew that this was something that I needed to do, was to not only practice yoga, but to take everything that I know about yoga, everything that I love about yoga, and share it with other people. Because I know that there's other people that are going through emotional trauma. I know that there's other people that are going through physical trauma, injuries, recovery, all of that. And I know that because of how much it's helped me, by me learning to teach, I can now help other people. So here I am, immersed in yoga teacher training, starting these Instagram and YouTube channels and videos and putting myself out there so that I can help other people with the things that yoga has been able to help me for. So what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be teaching in classes here in Calgary. That is going to be starting in the next few months, but I'm also going to start teaching through YouTube and through Instagram. So I'm going to be putting out little tutorials, little how-tos, things for your hips, things for your shoulders, target different body areas that people might need some different flows or stretches for. I'm going to record my own flows that I do at home and post those, which I have been doing. I've got the sped up versions on Instagram or the real-time versions on YouTube. And then I'm also going to be doing some guided flows eventually. So those will be coming in the near future. So thank you for being here with me. I really appreciate and I'm so thrilled to have this online space to be able to share my passion with you and with anybody who wants to practice or learn with me. So Rikki Mae Yoga, stay tuned, lots in the works and lots coming at ya.